Welcome back to the Stanley Parable, the Stanley Parable. Fuck, what time is it? 12:12. I was supposed to play this actually a while ago, but you know, 12:12 is your favorite time of the day. Nigga, what? But or could it be simply, or could you simply not resist? Give me the correct time again. I'd rather know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious. Hackers, what? Okay. I mean, yeah, still 12:12. You know, I could just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Hmm. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't shouldn't be hard. Yeah, let me whip out a couple new ones. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game, which will be episode 3. Okay. Um. All right. I was supposed to have been played this game, but um, a lot of other stuff happened. You know, um, really the reason that I haven't been uploading is kind of PlayStation's fault because they only allowed you to record Discord audio when you're recording videos, which is really bad for me because not every single one of my friends has PlayStation, so we be in the Discord calls while we're on the game. And I had like 3 Minecraft worlds that I could have recorded. We play Roblox all the time, Warzone all the time, and yeah, let's just begin the game. Yeah, we already know about this. All right. There's an achievement to do this 400 times.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm gonna follow the rules this time.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I forgot how much I hate this thing, bro.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't know my left from my right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, nigga, I can be that. I died here the first time I played. So what are we doing exactly?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy,
Hold on.
really, I'm not.
Alright, yeah, I did this in the
I
first
realize
episode.
that investors, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I know. The end is... Okay, bro.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm out.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah,
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Good. I had never seen this before.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
I'm gonna go right. Let me go. Okay. There's no option to just not go the way he said. Alright, bro.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Alright, that's just scaring me, I ain't gonna lie. Don't do that.
No,
Alright, bro.
not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Dickhead,
It's
let me
clearly...
out.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Oh my god, bro. Nigga, are you reading your script?
Now, let's see.
Don't mess up
We
the
went
script- the
down,
script again,
right,
bro.
left, down, left,
Bro,
right.
go
Yep,
right,
yep, okay, yes.
down,
I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
I swear to God, if you close this shit, bro. Do I absolutely want to go down here, though? Like
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
He just ended my game? He can just do that?
All of his co-workers
Alright,
were
bro.
gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, bro. we
Stanley
get it, bro.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Like, you got it, bro.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
You wrote the story,
It was
didn't you?
right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then.
Why
It's
Stanley
an
got the making
adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I'll go this way. Okay, not that. Like it's this way. Why is it like back room? Why is every door open? Where the hell? Okay, I'm just gonna walk, I guess. Keep going left. Keep going left. Just keep going left. Go.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Please don't. Okay, bro. This guy.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, totally. Okay. We are going.
Okay,
And now there's no
it's
doors.
worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I didn't miss anything. I never missed anything a day in my life. Um, there's coffee on the ground. I don't remember that being there. Another half bad for luck. But alright.
Aha! I knew we'd miss
This
something.
lock.
The story. Here it comes.
Okay.
No,
Bro.
wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and
Oh
retrace
my
our
god.
steps.
Okay, we're going back to.
Now this...
Uh,
Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
yeah,
Is
I
this the
bet.
story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know
Yes.
what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
I did this shit, bro.
I know you put in a lot of hard work,
Knock it
and it
off.
really paid off. So, good job.
Don't sit down.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you
hater.
didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Look at
Some
that, bro.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those
There's no door here
situations.
either. Alright.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Alright, bro.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parabal Adventure Line. Just follow the line.
Yeah.
How simple is that?
Just follow the line. It's trademarked. That is wild. Okay. I don't remember. I don't really want to go to the line, so I'll go this way.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Ah, okay. I can't even disobey him anymore. He's completely over it.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
the line is
Onward,
trademarked.
Stanley, to destiny.
Okay.
Though, here's a thought.
You trademarked the
Wouldn't
line.
wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to
Yeah.
put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not
Very
sure
well.
where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh. I don't know. So
Wait, cut the music.
Oh, thank
Go
God.
back and look at that fern.
Dang, what?
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
So very loud.
Oh,
back here.
no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh my God.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting,
Yeah, okay.
daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
What about wanna go in that direction?
Now, Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Alright, so give me a few
Oh,
couple bad
no,
pictures.
not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I think I'm gonna follow the line. I fuck with the line. The line's pretty chill. The line probably has hello hugs, the bad hugs, the ABGs, the bad Latinas, the pitch Latinas. Alright, the line's gone. The line's dead. We can kill off the line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a
There's no
reverse
damn well just
door
walking in
that leads
circles.
here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will
I'm
taking
getting
the
dizzy.
right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
I hate this game so much. Confusing
Hold on,
ending.
what's this?
You've been playing
The confusion ending. You're
17
telling me
minutes. That's a
that's
damn
what this
line. My
is?
video isn't even
It's all
17
one
minutes.
giant ending? And we're supposed
it
to
is
restart
now.
the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Deactivate
It's
from the
all
maintenance room.
determined?
Narrator resource.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Narrator is
Well,
gone.
what if I don't want to forget?
After a long time, Stanley
My
died.
mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall.
Confusing
Well,
ending.
who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Alright, let me out.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The,
back shot.
whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Ain't nobody come for me, nigga. They
So-
come for you.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we?
the journey?
Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What the fuck? That just scared the shit out of me. Alright, bro.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So are we restarting all the way, or is it?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
So we restarted.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance
That
section,
buttons will start it
walked
off.
straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I remember
Yet
last
there was
time I
not a
sat in
single
the
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah, I'll just do everything you said this time. Last time
Coming
went
to a
down.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs
Hell?
to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Studio light. I don't like how dark this is. I swear to God, I thought this was just a straight path down. Like not a platform, just down. You just fall and die.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
What the hell? Do I get superpowers?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm out.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
You know what? I'm risking it. Ain't nobody gonna kill me. You know who I am? I'm unkillable. Nobody touching me.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Ain't nothing killing me.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and
Ain't nothing
willingly
on
confront
earth
his death.
that could ever even harm me. Nothing on this planet can harm me. I'm untouchable. Good ball. What's going on? I kept moving.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No! Plot armor?
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, I'm still alive. Yeah. I win. Oh, I win.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I want to start over.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
Computer.
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Wait, what? Corridor. Placing of this open section was important. To get right, the corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches 2 doors in good time. Office computer. You can play solitaire. Employee database. Whatever it was download wasn't important. Um. So like, do I just win? Like it? I mean, I still can't sprint. Boss's office.
The big red button. Now then, this elevator for sure would get him right back on track to where he was supposed to be in the story. Stanley walked over the bridge. Stanley pushed the orange lever.
Underground. Early version of the underground portion of the game. The lounge. Wait, so did I actually complete the game? By listening to him and then basically killing myself? Ooh, this thing.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Okay.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen
Wait,
to
no?
me. You can
No.
still save these two. You can
No.
stop the program before they both fail.
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Was I actually supposed to turn my game off? I'm so damn confused by this game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
When you said turn off your PlayStation, I mean,
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
follow the rule.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
This time we're gonna go into the brainwashing.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, I've been up there before. I've never been down here. guess I'm going over here now. I mean, if it's mind control, I could just not look at it, right? And like cover my ears.
Now the monitors jump to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an
I'm like
employee in the building,
427.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Alright. I'm 427. Hold on. Go back to the thing. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Play from begin the game again. I thought it said play from the beginning again.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh, that button up there. I was walking around. I didn't know what the hell I was supposed to do. Oh, the entrance to the steps are right here. I can't get up. Alright, there's a button up there, though. Oh, there's another button right here. I can't do anything with it. I cannot see a thing. There. Just open that all the way up. There is no what's it called? Damn, what is it? Brightness. Okay, press both of them. There's only one right here. That's 5. Okay, so this has to be 3. Yeah. 3. Okay, where's 4? Got on the 4th one. The 4th one would be... I don't like how slow I walk. It's really angering me. Is the 4th one up there? Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. The 4th one has to be up there. we'll say. One, two, three, and then 4 is up here. I don't know. Okay. Oh, what if I do this? Okay. 1, 2. Now go. 1, 2, 3. I had to put on something. Alright, I'm gonna figure this off off camera. Hold on.
His
Alright, hold on. I'm starting to think that I just spent my time doing that for no reason. Because I went over here and it says the power switch. So I'm starting to think I didn't have to do anything in that room. So I'm pretty upset.
obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
What if I keep it on?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Yeah. Should be.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Completely fucking black.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
10 minutes, you told me it'll take 10 minutes. Break my heart. Oh no, you just beat the game. Oh, I won? Like, I completely beat the game. And then launch you right back here. What's up here?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Alright, so that was I will be making another part to this because there's still kind of some things that I want to test out. So part 3 will be up sooner rather than later. Thank you for watching. Bye.